Good morning and happy Easter. Hello to all of you in the sanctuary, on the pavilion, and joining us from home. Did you decorate Easter eggs? Have you already consumed too many jelly beans or peeps? What's on the menu for later? Let us know in the comments while we run through a few quick announcements.
This week's Sharing is Caring benefits Casa Marianella. Casa Marianella's vision is that all immigrants arriving in Austin will have safe housing and access to the services they need to be successful. For every share of our service while we are live, we'll donate $5 to this amazing organization.
Our gratitude circle will be on the patio immediately following service today. Led by our praying chaplains, this is a sacred space of affirming God's bounty in our lives as we share our gratitudes together. Join us in person, physically distanced, on the patio right after service.
So Tammy, just to double check, that means that Gratitude Circle won't be available on Zoom?
That is correct, Kim. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, absolutely. We're getting there. We're slowly tiptoeing into getting there.
Right.
Now this doesn't mean you can't be grateful at home.
Absolutely.
That's right. All right. Just want to double check there. Speaking of different opportunities to gather, if you've ever been curious about Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation, join our Dr. Joe group on Wednesday, April 7th at 10 a.m. in our sanctuary. Masks are required indoors, and the meditations are offered on a love offering basis.
You know, in our Culture of Care survey, being in nature and talking with friends were among your top self-care practices. So we're combining those to create a fun community activity called Walk and Talk, which begins on Saturday, April 17th. This activity will allow you 3 opportunities, one each week for 3 weeks, to meet with someone for a walk and a talk. These meetings can be virtual, over the phone, or in person if you'd like. We'll provide a few conversation topics to get you started. And on Saturday, April 17th, we'll gather on Zoom at 9 a.m. for 30 minutes. Our care ministry will share a few tips, and then we'll break into random groups of 2 where you and your partner will set a time to walk and talk during the week. Learn more and sign up at unityhills.org today.
You know, those are 2 things I love to do. I love to talk and I love to walk.
Especially outside.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've actually done a couple of walk and talks just by happenstance with both Joni and Tammy on our church grounds. And Donna, maybe you and I can walk and talk on the church grounds. So if you're wondering where in nature would be a safe place to meet, if you're not really sure, maybe meet on the church grounds. There's plenty of nature there.
Great idea.
Beautiful. Yes.
That is perfect. You know what else you can do on the church grounds? You can practice silence. And practicing the silence is Unity's foundational meditation practice. And you can learn this technique along with others while also exploring and overcoming your resistance to meditation. Anybody have resistance, even if they've been doing that for a while? Anyway, you can do this in our 5-week meditation practices course taught by licensed Unity teacher Linda Holmes and LUT candidate Sandra Vela. The course begins on Saturday, April 24th from 10 a.m. to noon via Zoom, and there are 2 price options to fit your budget.
So Reverend Aliza's last Sunday as our Bridge Interim Minister is Sunday, April 25th. And we want to shower her with love and appreciation for the amazing gift that she has been for us over these last 5 months. We've set up a kudo board where you can share your gratitudes, and we are throwing an outdoor picnic on Sunday, April 25th at 1:15 p.m. Bring a blanket or lawn chair along with your favorite picnic food. We'll provide the beverages in a relaxed environment for everyone to love on Reverend Aliza from a safe physical distance. Please RSVP online today.
Now, Tammy, for that picnic, are you saying bring your favorite picnic food to share with the people you came with, or bring your favorite picnic food to share with everybody?
You are bringing food for yourself and your little pod.
Perfect, thank you.
Your people pod.
Your people
Yes.
pod.
You can bring pea pods to share with your people pod if you'd like.
Well, unfortunately, that's it for the announcements.
Fortunately.
But be sure to say hello to your fellow love streamers and please have a fabulous Sunday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, officially.
God bless my soul. I'm a witness that God came through. All night, I wouldn't give up. All night, I wouldn't let go. I held on all night. I called on the Lord all night long, and I wouldn't let go until God bless my soul. I'm a witness that God came through. Jacob wrestled with the angel all night long. Wouldn't let him go until the break of dawn. He said, "You've got to bless me before you leave." I felt the same way when I was on my knees. I asked the Lord to help me to be strong. Called on God all night long, all night. I wouldn't give up. Oh, all night. I wouldn't let go. I held on all night. I just held on. I called on the Lord all night long, and I wouldn't let go until God bless my soul. I'm a witness that God came through. Sometimes I forget just who I am. I remember Christ in me, 'cause that's where I stand. I know that God blesses me all night long. I start that way at the break of dawn. I asked the Lord to help me to be strong. I was with the Lord God all night long, all night. I wouldn't give up. I would give up all night. I wouldn't let go. I held on all night. Oh Lord, yes. I called on the Lord all night long, and I wouldn't let go until God bless my soul. I'm a witness that God came through. I called on the Lord all night long, asking Him to help me be strong in my time of need. God was there indeed. Stretch out your hand, He'll help you understand. Yes, you can call Him. Oh, yeah. I called on the Lord all night long, and I'll never let go. You gotta call on the Lord all night long, and I'll never let go. Yeah. I called on the Lord all night long, and I never let go. Say again, I called on the Lord all night long, and I never
Oh, good morning and happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to all of you who are here in the sanctuary. We've got 50 people in our sanctuary now. Welcome to everybody on the pavilion. We've got like 50 people right outside watching us on the TV. Hi, everybody. Some of the kids out there I met earlier. So hi, kids. And all of you who are at home, we welcome you all here. Thank you, Celebration. Beautiful. Thank you for all of the people, the production team, the tech team, all of the people who helped make this service possible. Thank you. Oh my gosh, look at these flowers. Jennifer put these flowers together yesterday. They're beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, it's Easter. Woohoo! I don't know about you, but it feels like this Easter is really different. Like it's really time to awaken to a new reality, yes? Yes, oh, thank you. All right, so shout out to a couple people. Oops, I just lost you, sorry. I can't do the phone. Courtney, I can't do it. I try, but I know my mom's watching. I think my husband's watching. I saw all kinds of people local here were watching. So hi, everybody who's watching, everybody who's in the room. I would name you all, except I don't recognize you with your masks on. So anyway, here we are. My name is Reverend Aliza Bloom Robinson. I am your Bridge Interim Minister, and I am thrilled to be able to be here for Easter with you, and I'll be here through April as we have hired our next senior minister. Her name is Reverend Cherie Taylor-Jones. She starts on May 1st. I know you all are excited, and I have to say I am too. I think she's it's gonna be fabulous. So anyway, if you are here for the very first time, we welcome you. If you are watching for the first time, type the word connect into the comments, and we have ambassadors who will connect with you. If you are watching from somewhere other than right here in the sanctuary, type where you're watching from. We love to have that connection and engagement going. We are a ministry that's founded on prayer, so we have prayer chaplains available. Tim is here to pray with you in person after the service if you're on site. We also have a telephone number. You can dial that number and request a prayer. Please leave your name and your phone number and that you're calling for a prayer request. Our prayer chaplains are happy to call you back. Being as we're now open for 50 people in the sanctuary, this is our last Sunday for 50 people on the pavilion because we're going to open the pavilion back up to our teens, our youth and family. So be sure to RSVP early on. That happens right after service on Sundays so that you can be here live. And with the bringing back of some of the kids, we now have a playground attendant, so our kids are being cared for on the playground. We're limited to 10, and you also have to RSVP for that, but that's a really exciting thing we implemented as of today. So that's all happening. We hold for all of those kids to be back on site, for all of us to be back on site, and we bless our kids, our parents, and our youth department as they've held sacred space through a virtual world through all of this time. Our mission, we rotate through mission vision. We've been doing senior minister prayer, but that one's complete. So our mission, as we speak it today, I invite you to really feel it and activate it in the cells of your being. We put God first, celebrate life, serve truth, and empower people to transform their lives. We know that, we call it forth, we witness it every single day. And so I invite Tammy up to lead us in opening prayer and Broderick up to do the crystal bowl. So glad to see you all today.
So, I invite you to close your outer eyes, and Roderick. whether you are here in person or watching from home, I hope that that tune just dropped you right in your heart space. I know it did for me. And it's in that heart space that we activate the awareness of the Christ presence. Today being Easter, we rise again in consciousness. So infinite love, intelligence, that source of all life. We're so grateful for this moment to be able to gather together in holy company, in an awareness of the truth that we are eternal, that we are emanations of the one life, that we are oneness itself in all of its beautiful, individual, unique expressions. One life coming together to experience, to play, to grow, to awaken. And so in this moment, we are awake to the truth of who we are. We open ourselves as we step into this service to be transformed, to be quickened, to be enlivened, to have a new thought about who we are, about who we could be. We honor the life of our way shower, and we just relax into an experience of ease and of peace, of healing, of wholeness. We bless each one who is listening today or in the future, that this message finds you in your heart space, open to a new understanding of the magnificence of who you are, a whole and complete being of love and acceptance. It is in that gratitude and that knowing that we release this affirmation, knowing it is so, and so it is. Amen.
And it seems I'm all alone. I know you're there when I stumble from my beliefs. You lift me up so that I may see your will for me.
Better than I know myself, and you know all I should need search me.
Oh, search
How precious are your thoughts of me. I'm created, oh, so awesome. In my mother's womb, you covered me. Your perfection is my destiny. Clear my mind and set me free. I am lifted up to the best in me. Search me, Lord. You know why I sing. Lead me in the way that is everlasting. Search me, oh, search me, Lord. Search me, oh, search me, Lord.
me in your way.
Oh, lead me, Lord.
Lead me, oh Lord. To the mountaintop. Lead me, Lord. Lead me.
Search.
Why don't you guide me? Guide me, Lord.
Guide me, Lord.
Yeah.
Search.
Guide me, guide me. Guide me, Lord. Guide me, oh, thou great Jehovah.
Search.
Search me. Search me. Oh, search me, Lord. Search me. Oh, search me, Lord. Search me. Oh, search me, Lord. Search me. Oh, search me, Lord.
Search me, O Lord. Search me. We're going to start today with our meditation, so I invite you to just take that vibration of that music and close your outer eyes and feel into the depths of your being. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your awareness move from the outer, your mind, into your body, and from your body into your being. For each of us has that sacred space within us, and we land there now. We land there today, this Easter morning, with anticipation, with expectation of good to come. We land there now with a sense that something amazing is happening. And feel that awakening in the center, in the core of your being. Feel it exhilarating. Waking up, you might feel it like a pulse, a vibration in the very core of your being, coursing through your body, filling your heart space, overflowing your heart into your torso. What is it? This anticipation, is it joy? Is it peace? Is it love? Maybe it's all three. As you land in it and allow it to activate in you, it's expanding now through your torso, out beyond your physical body, down your limbs, surrounding you, emanating you, from you, in you, as you. It might sound like the voice of a child. Let that activate even more joy in you. And as we expand it even further, feel it touching every other person who's in the room with you. Feel it activating a field, a column, a realm of possibility. And feel that activating and expanding, touching every person who's watching across our country, perhaps across our globe. And feel it like an excitement in the world. The tangible experience of joy, of peace, of love, being birthed, being resurrected this day, right here, right now, for all time. Bask in it for a moment. And as you bask, let it fill and exhilarate every cell of your being as you awaken to a deeper awareness of God in you and as you. And we pray in gratitude and appreciation and awareness of the awakened Christ presence. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen and amen. Ooh, that was yummy for me. I hope it was for you. Happy Easter. It's a new day dawning. Oh, thank goodness we made it. We made it. We made it. I don't know what we made it through, but we made it. We made it to Easter morning. We made it through maybe the pandemic. We made it through this crazy year. We made it through the transition time. Well, very, very close. We made it through. We made it. We're awakening today. Let God be God in you, anew and renewed. We celebrate Easter as the historic event, as the cultural event across Christianity, across the globe. And we celebrate it metaphysically and metaphorically and figuratively and literally in our own being. Because it's in these times where the masses are all awakening at the same moment that we, who have the privilege of being in new thought and know that this is a truth and a truth, that we can tap in to the collective energy and be catapulted, be zinged, be burst into a new humanity now, right here, right now. Yes, please, yes. We're doing it collectively, and we're the ones we're waiting for. This is also today, 4th of April, the closing of our 64 days season for nonviolence. It's also the anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King's organization and his family said this year on the internet, very important, that his words, Martin Luther King's words, are more relevant than ever before. Some 53 years later, I think it is. His words are more relevant than ever before. And his mission, vision, purpose, his vision was a beloved community where all people are created and treated equally. That love and kindness and compassion are the foundational ways of being. Does that not just sound a little bit like the kingdom of heaven? And what I talk about, new humanity now? So what if today is the day that we turn that corner? That we actually step into the reality, not the vision, but the reality of that. What if we're the ones to do it? What if we begin today to live as if we are the Christ presence? It's our basic teachings. It's what we talk about for 140 years. We've been talking about it. Don't you think it's time? We've been talking about unity for 140 years. Jesus, some 2,000 years ago. I think it's enough. I think it's time. Would you join me? Like, what if you could just boom. Oh, I'm awake. What if you just pivot and you go, oh, I'm awake. Oh, wait. What would Jesus say and do and be in this moment? And what if you let your heart break wide open? We've been in the tomb. We had a really powerful Good Friday service. You can find it online if you missed it. Last week we had the triumphant entry. It's been a week. And today, Mary goes to the tomb to anoint the body. Why does she go to the tomb to anoint Jesus' body after the crucifixion a day and a half later? Well, because yesterday was the Sabbath and they could do nothing in that culture. But she went to prepare the body. And the rock had been rolled away. The stone had been removed. The stone that had us locked into the tomb or the womb or the gap, as we talked about on Friday, has been rolled away. And Jesus appeared to Mary, but she didn't recognize him. And Jesus appeared to the disciples, and they didn't recognize him at first, because he had indeed been resurrected. He had indeed been transformed in a way that wasn't immediately visible. It took a moment, it took a voice, it took a conversation, and then they began to think, what just happened? What just happened? And what happened is an inner transformation. What can happen for us is an inner transformation. There was a minister who found a wreath of twigs in his garden one day, and it was Good Friday, so he took them to church and used them, illustrated them, used them as a prop for the crown of thorns, which we don't do here, but he did, and he left it on the altar there, and he went home and had his Saturday, and on Easter Sunday morning when he got to the church, bright and early, he went to, clean up the stage and do what we do on Sunday mornings to make sure everything's ready, and that crown of thorns, that pile of twigs was there. However, a rose had bloomed right in the middle of it. That's transformation. That's the miraculous outcome, but it's not a miraculous outcome like magic or out of the ordinary. It's just out of the ordinary. Did you follow that? It's not just the ordinary, it's out of the ordinary, but it's not outside of God's laws. It's not outside the laws of the universe, but it is a leap in consciousness, a transformation. So what is this Easter season for us? We've been themed as metamorphosis, the ease of Easter. Extravagant, that was Palm Sunday. Extreme, that was Good Friday. Exquisite, that's Easter morning. An excitement. What is possible now? Now that the Christ awareness, the Christ presence, Jesus Christ as a man has been resurrected, if that's possible, what else is possible? Can you let that excite the cells of your being? Can you let that activate in you? Like, what if there were no limits any longer? Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. Now, traditional Christianity is going to put Jesus up on the cross and go, it was the one person. In New Thought, we say, I am. That is that Christ principle within us. I am the resurrection and the life. Anybody who believes in life shall live. Anybody who believes in life shall live. Anybody who aligns with the life force that is life itself shall live. So what is resurrection and why do we talk about it? From the Revealing Word, which is one of our basic unity textbooks, it says resurrection is the restoring of mind and body to their original undying state. This is accomplished by the realization that God is spirit and that God created man, human, with power, that which he himself possesses. The word resurrection also suggests that there's been a falling short of the divine standard. Therefore, the necessity of being restored and revived. Through resurrection, we become an inhabitant here and now of a new heaven and a new earth. New heaven and a new earth is predicted in the book of Revelation, but a new heaven and a new earth is not sometime out there later. It might be, but it's right here and right now. Joan Chittister in The Search of Belief. She's a Benedictine nun, I think, monk. And she says, in the resurrection, what really happened? What really happens and what's it have to do with us? Basically, it's transformation. Transformation happened. What had always been there became more of what it was. Jesus waxed to new fullness, yes, but so did the people around him. The resurrection is not about the revivification or the resuscitation of an old life. It's about experiencing a new kind of life. We can all, every one of us, experience a new kind of life today, right now, in this moment. It is a transformation of the mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. Be ye transformed by the lifting of the veils over our eyes, that we see a new humanity, that we see with eyes of love and kindness and compassion that all people are created equal. It's also, Joan says, to believe in the mystical dimensions of life. And I love that from a Benedictine, to believe in the mystical dimensions of life, that which is beyond. We often use the word metaphysical because it's in our vocabulary a little bit better than mystical, but mystical, the mystical can be any moment that you open your eyes or lift your eyes or have an experience. The mystical is not logic, it's not thought, it's experiential. The resurrection is not the end of life. It's a universal, spiritual principle to be lived in all of life. When we draw upon the resurrecting power of God, Spirit, to empower us to move forward, we can make a comeback out of, through any dark times. Jesus was extreme. His experience in the tomb, on the cross, the crucifixion was extreme. And yet most of us have also experienced some form of crucifixion, some form of betrayal or hurt or dis-ease or diagnosis or crash in some way, shape, or form. It's part of our humanity. But when we look at the life of Jesus, not as the one and only, but as our way shower, as our inspiration, we know that we too can come through and come back anew, not back to the old, but come back renewed and anew. So no matter how hard things might appear, you'll get through it. It's a guarantee. And you'll get through it quicker and with more grace if you line up with the awareness and the truth that you will get through it, as opposed to going, oh, this is the end, I'm never going to get through that. Well, you will, but if you hang out there, you'll be stuck there potentially a little bit longer. But if you go, wait a minute, I can get through this. I know we'll get through this. And you line up with that Christ presence that is being rebirthed in you, that is calling you forth, that is breaking your heart wide open, so it's got more room for love and life and light. Then when you do get through it, you look back and go, that was not fun, but we did it. And I'm so much better for it. I'm so much better for it. Resurrection is a return to focus of the one presence and one power we call God. It is a return to a healthy, constructive, life-giving energy and expansion of focus. It is a quantum leap in consciousness. It is a quantum leap in awareness. It is a complete and total pivot. It is a resurrection into new that maybe you haven't even yet begun to imagine. So I have a story. There was a man who was driving to church on Easter morning. He was on an old country road, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Easter bunny hopped right in front of him. He smacked into that Easter bunny. The basket, why do you laugh at the sad part? Thank you, Roderick. I can count on Roderick to laugh. His basket went flying, the eggs and the candy went all over the road. The man threw on the brakes and went running to see, oh my gosh. And he's like distraught because the Easter bunny was dead. And the man, being a sensitive man, started crying, and he's like, oh no, Easter is going to be canceled because I've killed the bunny. And all of a sudden, a woman pulls up next to him, and she sees the man crying in the street, and she stops, and she gets out. She goes, what is wrong? What has happened? How can I help? And he said, you can't help. I've killed the Easter bunny, and Easter's going to be canceled. And she goes, oh, don't you worry, I can take care of this. And she goes running over to the trunk of her car, and she pulls out a can, and she comes running over to the Easter bunny, the dead bunny on the road, the dead and limp bunny on the road. I don't know if you can see that on this, what I'm spraying. Whew. And all of a sudden, the Easter bunny jumps up, He grabs the candy, he grabs his egg, he grabs his basket, and he hops on about 50 yards down the road. He turns, he waves. He hops on about 50 more yards. He turns, he waves at the two humans. And he hops about 50 more yards. He turns and he waves. And the woman and the man are looking at each other. And the man is going, "What in the world was in that can? What did you spray on that Easter bunny?" And she said, "Oh, this is hairspray." Wait for it. Restores life to dead hair and promotes permanent wave. I have to give credit where credit's due. That's one of Rob's jokes, but he let me use it. It's good though, isn't it? It's good. So everything I need to know I learned from the Easter Bunny. All I need to know I learned from the Easter Bunny. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Everyone needs a friend who is all ears. There's no such thing as too much candy. All work and no play can make you a basket case. A cute tail attracts a lot of attention. Everyone is entitled to a bad hair day. Keep your paws off other people's jelly beans. The best things in life are still sweet and gooey. May the joy of the season fill your heart. Everything I learned from the Easter Bunny. So what if we did live to live instead of live to die? My friend Gregory, dear friend of mine, had a massive brain aneurysm about 5 years ago. And I was talking to him recently. He said, "You know, it's the 5-year anniversary." I'm like, "How can that be?" He was like 5 or 6 weeks in intensive care. We thought he was gone. Well, we just knew he was gone. And he wasn't. He's still going very strong. He's the minister at Unity Detroit Temple in Detroit, Michigan. And when he talks about, well, he called me a couple weeks ago on the anniversary day. He said, "It's 5 years." And I said, how can that be? And he said, "I've made a decision. I have come to realize that 5 years after this event, that he also didn't think he was going to come through. He was between the realms for much of those 5 or 6 weeks. He was unconscious and in coma. And now he's fully functioning again, by the way. His comeback was amazingly, brilliantly miraculous. But he said, I've come to a realization, 5 years, because a 5-year mark on that kind of an aneurysm is a big deal. They said, you know, if you can make it past 5 years, you're pretty good. And the likelihood of you getting to 5 years is pretty slim, by the way, but he's done it. He said, I've decided I need to start living to live instead of living to die. And he was talking a little bit about what that feels like to him. And what that feels like to him is he's going to begin to bring more conscious awareness to every moment of every day. He's going to begin to work a little less and play a little more. He's going to begin to stop putting life off. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to wait until later to take that trip with my wife. I'm not going to wait till later to take that experience. I'm not going to wait till later to enjoy my life, because we don't know, we're not guaranteed that later's going to come. So then we start talking about the power of intention and keeping our intention alive in living to live, in allowing ourselves to be fully alive in any and every given moment. Jesus said, I come that you might have life and have it abundantly. Jesus said, I come that you might have joy and that your joy may be complete in me. We often see, especially around Easter, we see all the pictures of Jesus on the cross and all of that. But what if we took Jesus down off the cross and allowed Jesus, or the Christ essence, or the Christ presence, or the power of love, or joy, or peace to truly be awakened in our heart? And then we began to live in and from and as that place. And what that means is we have to give up some things. I know, we're back to the crucifixion. Crucifixion is crossing out or giving up of things that no longer serve us. What if you could give up victimhood? What if you were willing to give up judgment? What if you gave up blame and shame and guilt? I mean, now we're going back to the beginning of Lent, right? What if you let that stuff go? The stuff of our experience as separated human, the stuff of other, of me versus, of right, wrong, of good, bad. What if you let all that go and you felt and called forth and trained your brain to be the awakened one? What if you decided to live as the resurrected Christ today? What would be different? How would you be different? And what if that meant more joy, more laughter, more dance, more fun, more beauty, more innovation, more connection with anybody and everybody? What if you allowed yourself to be your biggest, boldest, most brilliant becoming? What if you did right now? You don't have to wait. You don't have to get more schooling. You don't have to get more money. You don't have to get better health. You can do it right here and right now. The last day, day 64 of the season for nonviolence, is a quote, a reminder that life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. From Jack Gilbert's poem, A Brief for the Defense, it says, we must risk delight. We can do without pleasure, but not delight. We must have the stubbornness to accept our gladness in the ruthless furnace of the world. May we learn to cultivate joy even in the midst of challenges. And there's a poem by James Dillop Freeman, our poet laureate, from a book, Angels See in Me. It's entitled, There Once Was a Man of Love. Just the opening paragraphs. It's an essay more than a poem. The essence of it is, you are a child of love. Love made you, and love made the world. And it made it a beautiful world. Believe that you are a child of love and claim your happiness. And the people who believed what he said made sense, got a new vision of themselves and the world. And the people who believed that they were made of love, or at least you were made of love, which means I was made of love, and the world was made of love, got a new vision. They discovered how to let God be God in you, renewed and anew. They got a new vision of what could be possible starting right now, and right now, and right now. The message, the purpose, the reason of the life of Jesus Christ, that we are children of God. We are love, we are light, we are one with that which we call God, Spirit, Source, creation, the universe, and we have the choice to choose life abundant, to choose joy, to choose love, to choose oneness every single day. And so on this Easter day, right here, right now, let God be God in you, anew and renewed. God bless you. Happy Easter. Oh. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Aliza. It is now the time of our service where you are asked to give of the blessings that you've been blessed. It's now our offering time. And there are multiple ways that you can give. You can give by texting to UCOH at 77977. You can give online via our website or Facebook. If you have the app, you can give via the app. You can mail a check. However, if you're in the sanctuary, you will not have a basket today. So the basket will be at the back of the sanctuary on your way out. Thank you. And we love the message this morning, and also love the fact that you have on a shawl, which is the first time I've seen a shawl on this podium. My dad would be proud. Thank you. So let us say our divine blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful. God is the strength of my heart and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart and will be so forever. My heart was moved, I was filled up with joy. Nevertheless, my forever will be. You are my heaven while here on earth. My desire is to have you with me.
Strength of my heart,
and He will be
so
forever. God is my strength.
God is the strength of my heart,
and it's gonna be
and will be so.
Say, God is my strength.
God is the strength of my heart,
and I know
and will be so
forever. Say, God is my
God
strength.
is the strength of my heart.
There will be so forever. My heart was moved, I was filled up with joy. Nevertheless, my forever will be. My God is faithful, my heart is free. My desire is to have you with me. God is the strength of my heart and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart. Say, it will be so forever. Say, God is the strength of my heart, and I know it will be forever. Say, God is the strength of my heart, and it will be forever. Say, God is the joy and the strength of my life,
removes all pain, misery, and strife. God promised to keep me, never to leave me. I'll never ever be short of the truth. God is the strength of my heart, and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart, and will be so forever. Say, God is the strength of my heart, and will be so forever. God is the strength of my heart, and will be so forever. God is the joy and the strength of my life, removes all pains, misery, and strife. God promised to keep me, never to leave me. I'll never ever be short of the truth. God is my way out of no way. God is my healer each and every day. God is my rock and He is my shield. God is the wheel in the middle of a wheel. God is my help. God is my strength. God is my shelter. Say it now. God is the strength of my heart, and will be so forever.
If you guys get a chance, Roderick is doing a gospel show at the Zach Scott through April 11th, and it is absolutely extraordinary. So I just wanted to give you a quick plug on that one. Go see him.
I just feel really happy that I've made Roderick's dad proud.
I know.
I didn't know I had that as a life intention, but I feel so good now.
And the whole time, we haven't had a robe on that platform that's the closest to a robe with the shawl. You just need this little emblem that, anyway, never mind.
And I think Roderick was actually laughing at me because I was really concerned about the bunny rabbit. It wasn't because it was a bad part of the joke. It was because of my moaning of concern. So anyways,
and I was thinking about all the kids who were watching on the pavilion, so I was feeling a little like, whew.
It was very sad. All right, guys. Well, there is no Going Deeper session today.
But I have books in the foyer.
Foyer, good job. The Gratitude Circle is taking place on the patio immediately following the service today for those of you here on campus, and then it will also be virtual. Is that at 1 o'clock or just right after the service, Tim? The virtual one, do you know? Okay, well, check for the link. Jennifer will have it. Join online and share your gratitude. So shall we close with the prayer for protection?
Let us do that. And again, feel it. Don't just say it. I am the light of God. As the light of God, we shine. I am the love of God. As the love of God, we embrace. I am the power of God. As the power of God, we stand in truth. I am the presence of God. As the presence of God, we radiate love. Wherever we are, God is, for we are one. God bless you. Happy Easter. Go out there and be safe. Thanks for joining us. All right, I'm going to go out.
Good morning and welcome to our announcements for the first week of April already.
Our gratitude circle is taking place on our patio this Easter Sunday. That is in lieu of the virtual format, immediately following the service. Led by our praying chaplains, this is a sacred space of affirming God's bounty in our lives as we share our gratitudes together. Join us in person, physically distanced, on the patio this Sunday. And even though we are not having a virtual format, we do want to encourage everybody to stay in a space of gratitude.
Join our Dr. Joe group on Wednesday, April 7th at 10 a.m. in our sanctuary. Masks are required indoors, and the meditations are offered on a love offering basis.
You know, in our Culture of Care survey, being in nature and talking with friends were among your top self-care practices. So we're combining those to create a fun community activity called Walk and Talk, which begins on Saturday, April 17th. This activity will allow you 3 opportunities, one each week for 3 weeks, to meet with someone for a walk and a talk. These meetings can be virtual, over the phone, or in person if you'd like. We'll provide a few conversation topics to get you started. And on Saturday, April 17th, we'll gather on Zoom at 9 a.m. for 30 minutes. Our care ministry will share a few tips, and then we'll break into random groups of 2 where you and your partner will set a time to walk and talk during the week. Get to know the rest of your community, make a new connection, and get out in nature. It's wonderful. Learn more and sign up at unityhills.org today.
You know, those are 2 things I love to do. I love to talk and I love to walk.
Especially outside.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've actually done a couple of walk and talks just by happenstance with both Joni and Tammy on our church grounds. And Donna, maybe you and I can walk and talk on the church grounds. So if you're wondering where in nature would be a safe place to meet, if you're not really sure, maybe meet on the church grounds. There's plenty of nature there.
Great idea.
Beautiful. Yes.
That is perfect. You know what else you can do on the church grounds? You can practice silence. And practicing the silence is Unity's foundational meditation practice. And you can learn this technique along with others while also exploring and overcoming your resistance to meditation. Anybody have resistance, even if they've been doing that for a while? Anyway, you can do this in our 5-week meditation practices course taught by licensed Unity teacher Linda Holmes and LUT candidate Sandra Vela. The course begins on Saturday, April 24th from 10 a.m. to noon via Zoom, and there are 2 price options to fit your budget. This course can be taken for credit towards becoming a licensed Unity teacher. That is always a bonus, and you can learn more and register today at, you guessed it, unityhills.org.
So Reverend Aliza's last Sunday as our Bridge Interim Minister is Sunday, April 25th. And we want to shower her with love and appreciation for the amazing gift that she has been for us over these last 5 months. We've set up a kudo board where you can share your gratitudes, and we are throwing an outdoor picnic on Sunday, April 25th at 1:15 p.m. Bring a blanket or lawn chair along with your favorite picnic food. We'll provide the beverages in a relaxed environment for everyone to love on Reverend Aliza from a safe physical distance. Please RSVP online today.
Now, Tammy, for that picnic, are you saying bring your favorite picnic food to share with the people you came with, or bring your favorite picnic food to share with everybody?
You are bringing food for yourself and your little pod.
Perfect, thank you.
Your people pod.
Your people pod.
You can bring pea pods to share with your people pod if you'd like. Speaking of outdoor events, just a quick reminder that the campus is available for you and your family to come by and walk the grounds, sit and converse, and enjoy this beautiful spring weather. Maybe it's your nature walk and talk, maybe it's time with family, and it's definitely, as I've said before, one of the best parts about living in Central Texas is this weather right now. We have received a few noise complaints from neighbors, so please be mindful that we are in a residential area when you meet, so just watch the volume level. If you would like to schedule a group event, if it's more than just a couple of people, please formally organize that as a group event and schedule it. And that's either indoors or outdoors. And to schedule an event, contact the church at church office at communications@unityhills.org.
Well, that's it for the announcements. Join us on Sunday and have an absolutely amazing week. We love you.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.